Hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for.
And what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Inland Sports Show. We are live and amplified here at Teen Vision TV 16. I am your host, Pep Fernandez. Johnny Nunez behind the scenes directing the show, and it's going to be a big one. We continue our summer football series as we head down to Temecula. A live interview from Linfield Christian football practice with head coach DeChon Burns. Excited about that one. Plus, we're also previewing the upcoming high school volleyball season. There's a new head coach at Citrus Valley, former Yucaipa High School star Amber Tygart, leading the Blackhawks this upcoming season. And of course, we're talking some the Rancho Verde hoops coming off a big Section 7 in Arizona. Head coach Johnny Dukes and Jacob McFarland in the house. It all starts right now on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show. And what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. As advertised, we're leading things off with the Rancho Verde boys basketball team. Head coach Johnny Dukes, Jacob McFarland over here on this side. And guys, we love talking Mustang basketball, but you guys are coming off a great showing at the Section 7 in Arizona at the home of the Arizona Cardinals football stadium, actually. Coach Dukes, if folks out there aren't familiar with Section 7, how would you kind of describe this big high school basketball tournament?
That's easy. It's the biggest high school tournament in the nation. And the who's who's are there. A lot of, I think 12 different states were represented. Obviously a ton of California schools, but you had Washington, you had Idaho, Colorado, New Mexico. I mean, like they're from everywhere. So it's invite only, and they kind of picked the best of the best. It was broken up into 14 divisions, and there was, again, 244 schools total.
And you guys did pretty good from what I heard.
Yeah, we showed up. Our guys played well. We played extremely hard, and we were lucky enough to go 4-0 and win our division, the Power 8 bracket.
What did you like about the way you guys were able to play there?
Like all summer long, that was kind of our motivating point. We talked about going to Section 7 and having a good showing. We were in a pretty tough bracket, I thought, when the draw came out. I was kind of surprised where we were, but I told my players, I said, we can win it, but we're going to have to show up. Like, it's not going to be one of those, we're just going to roll the ball out and be the best team. Like, we're going to have to work hard. We're going to have to play hard, play together if we wanted to win it. So we were able to put 4 good games together. The last one was pretty ugly, but I told my players, champions find a way to win ugly. Okay. It's not going to always be pretty, so.
You're absolutely right. We're going to talk to Jacob in just a moment, but man, if there's one player in the country whose stock just skyrocketed, hope my crypto skyrockets like Jacob's
right.
Status in high school hoops here, but talk about what he was able to do at Section 7.
So after the first game, I think that's when he got his first offer from Wyoming. And then we played the following morning, and he played okay, and the coaches were kind of drooling over him after that. And I was thinking, he still hasn't had the game I know he can have. Like, he's playing well. He's always going to defend, run the floor, rebound, do those special things for us. But the third game we played on the main floor, it was kind of on the big stage, probably had about 50 Division I coaches, and he had the game that I knew he could have, and he ended up with a triple-double in front of probably about 50 coaches. So after that, our phones have not stopped ringing for the last 2 weeks now.
Jacob, I mean, what's it like when obviously all of these Division I coaches are, around the court and they got all their eyes on you. I mean, that's a lot of pressure, but how do you embrace that challenge?
I just, when I'm playing, I don't really think about it. I'm trying to focus on winning. So after the game, that's when it really settles in. I'm playing in front of D1 coaches, you know what I mean?
After you had that big triple-double that the coach was talking about and your phone's blowing up, are you thinking, man, this whole recruiting experience, this is fun, this is nerve-wracking? What do you think of this entire experience?
It was nervous because this is my first time.
Yeah.
I didn't really, it was just, I can't put it in words, really. It was different, really.
Okay, so I don't want to leave any schools out, but if I was going to put you on the spot, who is offered already off the top of your head?
Wyoming.
And then I know that list is growing. Yeah.
Wyoming, that one sticks out the most because that was my first one. Mm-hmm. And then Washington State, that was which one was that?
Third or fourth?
Third.
Oh, yeah. He's got Washington State, Nevada, Santa Clara, USF. Who else? I don't know. He has he's up to 13 now. I can't.
13.
We have it written down, but I can't just keep track off the top of my head.
Jacob, without saying individual school names, but looking ahead to college, what's important to you? Do you want to play close to mom? Mom's over here in our studio. Do you want to stay, close to home? Do you want to be on the West Coast? Is it your dream to play in the Big East? I mean, what's kind of maybe it's a school of your major. Maybe you want to be an engineer or something. What's important to you when you look at colleges?
Honestly, it really doesn't matter. The main thing that is whatever's gonna help me grow the most, on the court, and also off the court too, mature as a man.
All right, Coach. I said, hey, Jacob, you're 6'11". He's like, oh, I don't know, I'm about 6'10". I'm sure this guy's still growing though. That's the thing, right?
When I met him last August, he was maybe an inch and a half taller than me. He's a clear 2 to 3 inches taller than me now. So he's 6'11", even though he likes to take 6'10". But his favorite player is 6'11". That's why I keep reminding him.
All right. Well, who's your favorite player, Jacob?
Giannis.
Well, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So at the next level, college, and maybe beyond, do you see yourself as a 3, a 4? Where do you kind of fit in, do you think, in a lineup?
I say a 4.
A 4? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like a power forward.
Yes.
Coach, I mean, obviously his skill set is unbelievable. But what do you think, and obviously he's got the height, but what do you think makes Jacob a special player?
I mean, first of all, the person he is. He was raised well. He's one of the kids that has a really good head on his shoulders. He's above a 3.5 GPA. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's higher than 3.5. So that's what jumps out to you most. Obviously, when you see him, his physical stature. But on the floor, just the way he controls the game. On one end of the floor, he can completely take some things away. He had 2 double-figure block games in Section 7. But he rebounds at a high clip. He rim protects. He can switch and guard guards, and he plays. He has a motor. He plays hard. Even though I think we can take that to another level, even with his motor, he can be a little bit more aggressive. But he's growing every single day as a player, as a person, and he's got a chance to be special if he continues to work.
All right, where do you think you can have a bigger impact in the game, on the defensive end or the offensive end?
Defense.
Defense? And do you feel like your offense is still coming along? You're pretty solid on defense?
Yes, it's coming along.
Would you agree, Coach, on the defensive end? He's already at a lead.
That's where he makes his biggest impact.
Yeah.
Offensively, we want to get him involved a lot more this year.
Yeah.
Throwing the ball a little bit more. We got to continue to work on him getting comfortable with his back to the basket, facing up, knocking down the mid-range shot. But defensively, he's already a high major. He has NBA talent defensively. His stature, his mechanics, his length, his size, his athleticism. He's left-handed, so they always say lefties are hard to guard. I'm a lefty, so he checks all the boxes already as a high school 17-year-old for the NBA. But offensively, if he continues to grow, like I said, he's gonna have a chance to be special.
Coach, obviously you guys had a great season last year. You got to a championship game. Having Jacob come back, you've got some other guys coming back. Are you excited from what you saw at Section 7, building on that going forward in this next, coming year?
I wanted to schedule us a pretty tough summer. I wanted to kind of go through the ringer, get beat up if we needed to.
Yeah.
So I think that loss stings for a lot of us.
Sure.
And this team, if you could just see these guys, the way that they're gelling and they're playing together and they're playing for each other, there are no egos. They don't care who scores. Like, everybody's kind of sharing the sugar, as they say. So, we went 19-0 this summer, which I didn't think we would go 19-0 because I put us in the Mater Dei tournament, I put us in the Damien tournament, and then we had Section 7. Not that I didn't think we could win, I just knew we would be matched up against some really good teams.
Yeah.
And obviously when you play good teams, there's a chance that you could drop a game or two. But I think the schedule last year and us going on that deep run in the playoff, they've kind of been through the trenches. So they don't waver now. Like, teams go on runs and we'll call a timeout and we'll kind of rally the troops, and then they'll come back out and then they'll go on their run. And that's kind of what happened this summer. We played some formidable teams. We beat Damien, we beat Mater Dei, we beat Capo Valley. Like, those three coaches are legends. St. Joe's, who was an open division team. We played some really good teams this summer, and we went 19 up, 19 down. So if we continue to work, this team is going to have a chance. Rancho Verde has never won state, and that is my goal. I want to win the state championship this year.
So, Coach, that's your goal. And Jacob, I'm assuming that's your goal as well. I mean, obviously Rancho Verde's had some good basketball teams, but like you said, not that state banner. What do you think that would mean to the program and your legacy to be able to do something that no other Rancho team's been able to do?
I mean, it would mean a lot, really, especially to the city, bringing a state championship to the city.
You just need a couple more triple doubles from this guy, right?
Yeah, if he can give us a few of those, I think we'll be all right.
We're going to have some.
Finally, guys, let's go back again to the recruiting process. You guys, obviously your phones are blowing up. Yeah. Coaches are calling you all the time. Jacob, you said obviously this is a new experience and your stock skyrocketed after Section 7. Again, it's fun, but it's kind of nerve-wracking at the same time. Do you feel like in the long run you'd like to make a decision about your college sooner than later so you don't have to worry about it anymore? Or are you just focused on playing and being a Mustang for a while and college will take care of itself down the road?
The second option, really.
Yeah.
Because I still have July. Because I'm playing on West Coast Elite NorCal, and we're going to Atlanta and Chicago. So I still have that time to get some more.
And Coach, finally, what kind of advice do you give to him about this recruiting process and all these coaches calling? And obviously, it's good to have you kind of as a buffer fielding some of those phone calls from the college coaches.
So I'm like, lucky enough, the parents as well as Jacob, they trust me because I've been there.
Yeah.
I kind of break it down kind of in steps for them. The first thing I told them to do is just enjoy it. Like, it's fun. It feels great to be wanted. I told them there's going to come a point that you're going to get tired of all these phone calls because it's going to continuously happen every single day. But I told them just enjoy the process, build a relationship with the coaches, and then we'll narrow it down to a select few, and then we'll begin to ask those coaches the tough questions that need to be asked for him to make his final decision. So I know, like, with mom and dad, education is going to be key. And then for him, I think he's the type of kid, he has the mentality where he can go and play anywhere. Like, he could go to, say, a Wyoming or somewhere and be fine. But he could also end up locally as well. So we'll see. July is going to be a big month for him. And I'm sure he's going to get a few more offers. And then, like I said, we'll narrow it down and we'll make a decision, or I'll help him make a decision. Ultimately, I want it to be his decision. And then we'll kind of just go from there.
It's funny because when you guys were in Arizona and I'm going through the social media and I'm like, oh, we got another offer? And I'm like, oh, no, I already saw that one. I'm like, no, I didn't. That's another offer. Like, I thought I was seeing the same post over and over, but it wasn't. It was just more offers coming in.
Yeah, they came pouring in. I think in the first 7 days, he had, how many?
7.
7? Oh, 7 in 7 days. So he was getting one a day for a while, or a couple in a day and maybe not one the next day. But, yeah, they've been pouring in. And then, like I said, after this live period, I'm sure he's going to get a few more.
I bet he will. Jacob, listen, man, best of luck. I appreciate you joining on the show. And Coach Dukes, you always have a seat on our show, man. We always appreciate you making time for us.
This is definitely my favorite show, so I appreciate you for having me.
Jacob McFarland, Coach Johnny Dukes from the Rancho Verde boys basketball. That'll lead us into our first break here on the Inland Sports Show. And when we come back, we'll talk some Citrus Valley volleyball. We'll be right back.
What up, guys? Bruce May here at the Bruce Performance Center. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez. What up, y'all? Boostman here with a quick 2 cent. Parents, stop focusing so much on your child's performance and focus on fun. When athletes are having fun, that turns into passion. And passion is the driving force behind longevity, growth, and high performance. So if you ever want to know if you're really doing the right things for your child's development, start by finding the fun. Boostman.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Pep Fernandez from the Inland Sports Show. I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for your support over the last several years. In fact, we're going on year number 8 of the Inland Sports Show. It has certainly changed and evolved over the years, and you guys have been along for the entire journey. So thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We're on social media, so if you're already following us or subscribing, great. But you can also tell your teammates, your people at school, your family, your friends. There's the Inland Sports YouTube channel, approaching 2 million views. We got several thousand subscribers. We appreciate it. And make sure you share with other folks who might not be subscribing. Same goes for Twitter. We're on Twitter as well. And if you're looking for immediate results, breaking news, we post pictures and shorter videos. Check us out on Twitter. That's Inland_sports on Twitter. And we're also on Facebook. Yeah, we're still doing Facebook. In fact, we live stream the Inland Sports Show on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, you can check it out there live on Wednesday nights at 6:05 p.m. We're also on the Gram, the IG. If you want to see pictures and shorter videos from a lot of the games and events that we go to, you can check it out on Instagram. So if you support us by following along on social media, thank you so much. And if you'd like to take that to the next level, Inland Sports also has a Venmo account. If you'd like to financially support the show, you appreciate the service we provide to the IE, you can do that as well. Again, this is just an opportunity to say thank you to all you guys out there who follow the Inland Sports Show. You watch the Inland Sports Show each and every week. Thank you guys so much, and the best is yet to come. are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. A big thanks to Johnny Dukes from the Rancho Verde boys basketball and Jacob McFarland getting all those Division I offers. All right, now we're going to pivot from basketball over to high school volleyball, kind of looking ahead to the 2022 high school season. There's a new head coach at Citrus Valley. It is Amber Tygart, and she is joining us live here on the Inland Sports Show. And Coach Tygart, first off, congratulations on the new gig. Are you excited to get in there as the head coach and kind of put your stamp on the program?
Yes, very excited. Great opportunity to take over, and I'm just looking forward to this first season of what Citrus Valley is going to look like.
You know, Coach, whether it's volleyball or football or basketball or whatever the sport, I hear a lot when coaches go in as a head coach and they're like, wow, going from like an assistant to a head coach, there's so much more responsibilities from, I don't know, dealing with boosters to making sure maybe the team has snacks and, you know, all kinds of stuff. How would you describe the added responsibility of being a head coach?
It's definitely the next step that I wanted to take. This is kind of wanting to be a PE teacher. I knew that I was probably going to take on a sport coaching as well. So, yeah, I'm excited. I know I got a lot of good people on my back. So like having a good athletic director that's going to kind of lead me and help me if I have a million questions, that's really helpful right now. Again, you know, we'll see along the way. I feel like I'm going to have to learn a lot this year, but I'm ready for it.
All right, Coach, you were a star at Yucaipa High School, but you're the head coach at Citrus Valley. Is that kind of weird for you to put on some new colors and go against Yucaipa as a head coach? Yes, it's definitely going to be. It was a sad move, definitely. But the fact that we get to play against Yucaipa is still a fun idea. Like, you know, if I was leaving into a different conference, that would be really just sad. But the fact that we get to play against them even adds more anticipation and enthusiasm. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to be an exciting match, or matches, because it's in league play, so you'll see each other twice. Coach, you know, Citrus Valley's had some really good volleyball teams in, you know, the recent years, but last year, obviously, a down season, just one win in Citrus Belt League play. What do you think the Blackhawks need to do to kind of right the ship and get things going in that direction once again? You know, to be honest, I just think that they need structure. Going from on distance learning, and then kind of scrambling to find a coach last year. They just don't have someone who has as much volleyball knowledge, you know? So the fact that I can kind of use that for my advantage and tell them, this is how we're going to run it. You got to stick to it or else it's not going to work. You know, they need to see this end goal, and otherwise it's not going to work altogether. So the fact that, yeah, like I said, they just need structure, and I'm really excited to just lay the rules down because, you know, volleyball is a team sport. They all got to be on the same page to work. So having the whole program on the same page, I can see that really being successful. Coach, I know you're big on effort and you're big on leading by example. Why do you think those are hallmarks of like a successful team? I just think with any sport, you know, you're looking for the athlete that's going to put in the 110%, you know, that they want to be there. They want to just try their best for not just themselves, but for their teammates. So they have to be humbled, you know, they can't be selfish. And so I just want to go all in with that and
see where this program can take off, because I was that kind of athlete where, maybe I'm not playing, but I'm going to hype up my teammates who are playing. And that made me better in the long run. So I just want other people to see that as well. And yeah, I will just go over leading by example, giving your 110% for forever.
So, Coach, the fall season really is right around the corner now. Here we are getting ready to go into the 4th of July. What are some things, I don't know if you guys are able to get together and start summer workouts, but what are some things that you can do now or very, very soon as a team to feel like you're getting better and improving for that first match of the season?
So we got some things lined up already. We're going to do summer league with the Coyote volleyball league that's at Pierce Sports Center. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of the Inland Empire sports getting started. So we're going to try and get all 3 teams, get a roster, and we're going to get in the gym for morning practices. So that's really going to test these girls and see if they can wake up at 5 a.m., and get to practice at 6 a.m. and put in, some good work for 2 hours. So I'm excited for that.
Wait, I got a feeling that somebody put you through that same thing, maybe as a high school or college athlete.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now I'm on the other end of it, so it's a bittersweet moment, but I'm excited.
Obviously you're teaching them, skills, volleyball skills, but maybe some of those things, like you said, just showing up at 6 a.m. or putting in that extra effort or being there for voluntary workouts, like those sorts of things are, characteristics of a championship or a winning team. Is that safe to say?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's about getting reps, and if you're not there, you're unfortunately going to lose a lot of the coaching that you're going to get, the bonding you're going to get with your teammates. You just got to be there,
Coach, when you look at the CBL, it's a great league for volleyball. And like I said, Citrus Valley was really good not too long ago. We've seen Yucaipa, we've seen Beaumont. Redlands has, had some pretty good teams the last couple of years. They're on the rise as well. What do you think it's going to take for the Blackhawks to feel like you guys are going to be in the mix for a league championship? What do you think you guys have to do well this upcoming year?
I'm just going to kind of go in with being able to adjust quickly. So we might not be the tallest team in the league. That's fine. But if we can be strong in the defensive side, if we get prepared to play against Yucaipa and Beaumont, those teams have some pretty big swingers. So if I can just train my girls to dig a ball and make it playable, then I think that we can get in some good rallies and put up a good competition against these bigger teams.
Well, Coach, listen, best of luck this upcoming season. I really appreciate the interview, and hopefully we can maybe stop by at a practice or a match. Not the 6 a.m. practice, but maybe a different practice.
You could if you wanted to.
Well, Coach, again, best of luck this upcoming season. We really appreciate the time, and go Blackhawks.
All right. Yes. Thank you. Go Blackhawks.
That is Amber Tygart, the new volleyball coach for the Citrus Valley Blackhawks here on the Inland Sports Show. All right, going into another commercial break here. When we come back, our summer football series rolls on. We will take you down to Linfield Christian in Temecula as we check in with DeChon Burns of the Lions next on the Inland Sports Show.
This is Citrus Hill head coach Jordan Tanioka, and you're watching the Inland Sports Show.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time, and then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
All right, everybody, we are back at the Boost Performance Center with Ray Bass, a.k.a. the Boost Man, with another gridiron question. And, Coach, when we talk about athletic training, let's say I'm a baseball guy. Do I come in looking for baseball kind of drills, or is there such a thing as just general sports conditioning? Can you kind of clarify what that is?
Yeah, no doubt. When it comes to youth athletic development, what a huge misconception that parents have is that it needs to be specific to their sport. Reality is that youth athletes benefit a lot from variety. So getting exposed to different strength training exercises, different movements, training different energy systems is actually great in terms of building their overall athleticism. You really don't need to start getting specific with your development until you're a bit older and you have a solid base of speed, strength, and power. But in the early phases, the variety helps. It's going to help them become better overall athletes. So simply put, no, your training doesn't need to be sport specific. Getting stronger, getting faster, more powerful, that's the goal. And you need to introduce a lot of variety in order to achieve that.
That makes sense, and you heard it here first from the Boost Man, Coach Ray Bass. If you have a gridiron question for Coach Bass, go ahead and hit us up with a DM on social media. He'd love to answer it on a future gridiron question here at the Boost Performance Center. The owner of the Colorado Avalanche is Stan Kroenke, his sports and entertainment group. So Stan Kroenke now has the Super Bowl championship with your LA Rams, of course, and now he's got the Colorado Avalanche as the Stanley Cup champion. This guy also owns the Denver Nuggets. He owns Arsenal in the English Premier League. I think this guy's just trying to win every single championship on planet Earth, it feels like.
Well, if you have enough professional teams, one of them's going to win a championship, and it turns out two of them.
Congrats to Stan Kroenke, finally winning.
Yeah, finally getting a break. Work out for him.
I know that poor guy. Married the heiress to the Walmart fortune, owns all these professional sports teams. Finally, the guy gets a break. We saw the great Evan Mobley out of Rancho Christian High School. He's a Temecula guy. He got drafted, I think it was number 3 overall to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and had a great rookie season for Cleveland. Well, the Cleveland Cavaliers actually drafted his brother, Isaiah Mobley, also out of Rancho Christian in Temecula and USC. So now they got both Mobley brothers. And these guys are like 6'11", 7 foot, and they've got the complete game. These guys are legit.
I think this is genius move by, this is where the two brothers can really help out Cleveland. The Mobley brothers.
I.e. taking over Cleveland.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody, live and amplified at Teen Vision TV 16. Our summer football series rolls on. We've been talking with a lot of football teams as we get ready for the 2022 season. Right now, we are heading live down to Temecula, Linfield Christian High School. This guy is always so generous with his time, and we do appreciate it. It is head coach of the Lions, DeChon Burns. And Coach Burns, here we are. We're going into the 4th of July holiday, but, man, you guys are hard at work. You're trying to get after it, trying to get better for that first game of the season.
Yes, sir. So what we're doing, we went dead early in June, like that mid to late part of June. And so now we're on and we're live and direct. We'll give 4th of July off, and obviously we kick back up on the 5th, and we'll push through till December, hopefully, God willing. So, it's just that time of the year to get the work in.
Coach, let me ask you, I know you're a Rubidoux guy. You played locally at the high school level. How has high school football changed from when you were a player to like being a coach now? Because I feel like there's no off season for a high school football team anymore, especially a head coach.
Well, I mean, for a head coach, it's not, right? I don't know if there ever was, even when we were playing. I don't know if Coach Cochran or my dad or Coach Myret or those guys, Coach Tice, ever really took some time off. We had dead period, but then you're preparing and planning the climate for the student athlete. Yeah, that's changed dramatically, and it's kind of a travesty, really, because you need a break. You need to get away. And it's almost turned a year around, kind of like travel baseball and basketball and all that stuff, and it's really detrimental to the body. So we try to give them time off, and when we're away, get away. Now, me, it's in my blood. I like doing it. I don't mind, so it's never work. But for the rest of the guys and my assistants, hey, get away from the game. Take some time off. Go to the beach. Do something else. You don't need to do it 24/7, 365. It's not good for you. It's not healthy.
Well, Coach, what do you think are the keys for the Lions to have a real bounce-back season? What do you think you guys need to do well this upcoming year?
Just come out and execute and just embrace our maturity. You know, we've been a young team, which is fine, and everybody has ebbs and flows, and that's well. You know, you're bound to get got at some point in time, and our time was due, and, you know, they popped us, and that's okay. But it's about learning from the experiences, learning from the seasons. You know, that COVID season was crazy, so a lot of our guys really didn't have a season, right? You got to postpone till the spring, then we have 3 games. It was kind of condensed. No off season, no training, no understanding what high school football is like. We're really young. We graduated a lot of guys. Had some guys transfer out. Then we come back and play 3 months later, a full season with the same group of guys with the sort of off season, following rules and everything else. And so now we're coming into our own, so we should be better. And it's about just progressing each week. So we're not putting onus on anything other than getting better one day at a time, one game at a time.
Well, Coach, I get tired of talking about COVID, but I'm going to bring it up anyways because, you know, you brought it up as well. You know, you guys won a CIF championship in 2018, but I feel like a lot of football coaches, soccer coaches, baseball coaches, you name the sport, a lot of them have come on the show and said, man, Pep, it's almost like starting over after COVID. Like COVID hit, and it was almost like we had to rebuild the program a little bit. Do you feel like that's safe to say?
Sure enough. I mean, the reality is this. The incoming freshman was probably in 8th grade. The last time they were in class or any type of setting, they were in 7th grade. Right? So when we got them, we're talking about a 7th grade mentality or a sophomore mentality as an incoming junior, right? Or a freshman mentality, excuse me. Because the reality was that COVID hit and they lost a year of maturity. They lost a year of physical maturation, mental maturation, emotional understanding. So you did have to start from scratch in essence and go football 101 and teach the basics. And then a lot of guys gravitated to the other stuff, which is not really honing in on the basics of football. So most programs, even, you know, my son's school, I mean, you know, the college guys, the pro guys, COVID was a monster for a lot of people. And basically they're a year behind. And that's the reality. If you look in the classroom, it's the same thing. Academically, last time people were in settings with a lot of numbers was a year before that year. So you're talking about a year and a half, 2-year gap. So, yeah, we had to take the lumps. But if you know what you're walking into, then it's not so much of a monster, right? It's not that bad. Once you know what you're walking into, now you just got to know how to fight the monster. So, you know, 10 toes down, chest out, head up, and go to work.
I love that. Coach, let me ask you about this upcoming season. You guys will be in a new league. I know you still face Western Christian. You'll still see Arrowhead Christian. But what jumped out to me about this new league is it's a lot of travel. I mean, these teams are really spread out. What do you think about this new league?
You know, that's above my pay grade. I'm just gonna coach and get ready for whoever gets on the docket, and we got to work travel arrangements out if we got to stay the night before. But we're going deep, we're going far. But you know, we can make an issue about that, or we can just control the controllables, right? And just get ready for whoever shows up on the docket. So we are in a new league. The beauty is that there's more teams, so there's a lot more guys playing football, a lot more opportunity for people. So you can flip it and make it a positive, or you can dwell on it and make it a negative. So we're gonna flip it and go positive, right? We're gonna say, hey, it's an opportunity, a new league, new blood. We got a couple from the old Ambassador League. Well, Lockhorns will play whoever shows up, and just control what we can control.
Coach, does the new league have a name? I haven't seen a name for it.
We are in the Mesquite League.
Mesquite.
We are in the Mesquite. We are in the Mesquite. Like the barbecue, baby. We are Mesquite. Mesquite flavor. It's hot.
I love that. I love that. Coach, let's go from league to non-league. I mean, locally, you've got Norta Vista again. You've got Tockwitz on the schedule as well.
Yeah.
What do you think about your non-league, and how can that prepare you for the Mystique League coming up?
Yeah, it's always good to play against some different talent, different bodies, different sizes, all of that. Guys from different areas, different parts of the bigger size schools, bigger size teams, different body types. And it just sets you up. I think you don't want to schedule like a cupcake preseason where you get a harsh reality, you go 5-0, you're blowing everybody out, and all of a sudden you get hit in the chops with some stuff that's not like that. So you mix it up. You want to be competitive. So we obviously we played those teams here. So it's Loera, we dropped Pacifica, picked up Tockwitz. We have Rio Hondo Prep. We have Northern Vista. And I think there's another couple.
So you got Pacifica, you got Loera.
Mm-hmm. So Loera first, Pacifica, Tockwitz, and then we have Tockwitz, Northern Vista, and then there's a bye I think in there, and then we kick off in the league. So it'll be a good preseason, good competitive guys. Loera was a tough team. We lost by 2 a year ago, so that'll be a good rematch. Pacifica came out guns a-blazing. We grew a lot. Northern Vista came out guns a-blazing. We grew a lot, physical game, and we learned a lot about ourselves. We got to knuckle up and throw and bloody your knuckles, and that was a good physical game, good teaching moments. And then we have Tockwitz, my old college roommate and high school nemesis, and we just threw against him yesterday. So it'd be good. It'd be a good chance to go out and compete.
Yeah, and Tockwitz had a nice little playoff run too. Coach, before we let you go, because I know you're all gas, no breaks, you want to get back to work and get that workout in, that practice with the Lions. But do you have any big plans this weekend?
Yeah, I plan. I plan to watch my son play a little ball in Canton. So hopefully they'll bring home from the USFL. Not gonna make the trip. I was there last week in the semifinals, but I'll stay at home and we'll kind of probably have a watch party at the house and watch Lorenzo and his teammates and Scooby Wright and those guys play in the USFL championship. So hopefully they'll bring it home.
And again, real quick, how has that experience been for Zoe, for the Birmingham Stallions and the USFL? It's on national TV, it's great competition, and maybe a springboard to another NFL opportunity. What's his experience been like?
Well, I've truly been amazed. I kind of was getting gassed up. I was talking to him today. Hey, man, you excited? USFL championship's kind of like the Super Bowl. He was like, Dad, it's a chance for us to play. He's level-headed, right? He understands it's an opportunity. Went to Cardinals and Jacksonville, and then it's just staying active, staying alive, increasing your film, increasing opportunity to be looked at and get on a squad, go out and compete. So he's been pretty level-headed, and he said it's good competition. He's seeing some guys. There's coaches that have some good stuff, right? Have good schemes. He's seeing different types of quarterbacks. Slaughter's a pretty doggone good quarterback. That tight end from the Breakers, kid's pretty good from Auburn. He was like the #1 receiver from the Breakers. He's pretty solid, so he's playing against some good guys. You got Josh Shaw in the secondary. I think he was in Jacksonville with the corner #3 and then the Costin, the D tackle. So it's just a resurgence of guys that probably need to get some film, right? Get more looks. So it's a beautiful thing. And he's just embracing the opportunity and going out competing. So, Zoe, he's a level-headed cat,
Well, Coach, listen, enjoy watching the game this weekend. I always appreciate your time, and best of luck this upcoming season. We'll have to check in and do this again sooner than later.
I appreciate you, Pep. Thank you. Keep up the great job. You do a great, I say it all the time. Appreciate what you do for the IE and the community and these kids. You're active, and I just hope a lot of people appreciate and understand what you do, outside of what you got to do. So appreciate you.
I appreciate you as well, Coach. That is DeChon Burns from Linfield Christian here on the Inland Sports Show. Thank you so much, Coach. We're going to take another quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll give away those Inland Empire 66ers tickets, and we're going to hear from Kenny Clark of the Green Bay Packers. That's next on the Inland Sports Show.
Hey, this is Ken Mashinsky, the head football coach at Ramona, and you're watching the Inland Sports Show.
The #1 sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Ken's Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Ken's Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kensportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Ken's Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Ken's Sporting Goods. serving all athletes. Make sure you're at your very best by training at Boost Performance Training in Corona. Whether you're a football player, soccer player, baseball player, lacrosse, athletes from all sports and all levels train at Boost Performance Training. Led by former Centennial High School football star Ray Bass, you'll develop explosive power, become faster, and add that lean muscle. Don't be left behind and get a leg up on the competition at Boost Performance Training. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for information on their training programs and also on the Bass School. That's the Bass Alternative School for student athletes. Trying to earn a scholarship? Maybe make the varsity team. Get a spot in the starting lineup? Well, let Boost Performance Training help achieve your athletic goals.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. Big thanks to DeChon Burns, Linfield Christian head football coach, for joining us in the previous segment. Right now, as you just saw, we're giving away Inland Empire 66ers tickets every single week here on the Inland Sports Show. Our winner for this week, announcing right now, Jen Daniels from Riverside. She is the big winner of 4 tickets to the Inland Empire 66ers. So now, here's your shot. All you got to do is, we'll be watching the show right now. That's your first heads up. But also, on Instagram or Twitter, follow Inland Sports. And send us a direct message with your name and the city you live in. And that's all you have to do to enter the contest. We will pick a winner by the end of the week, and you will be going to an Inland Empire 66ers game on us, the Inland Sports Show. So make sure you check it out. And again, congratulations to Jen Daniels from Riverside, winning the 4 tickets to the Sixers this week. All right, back to football. This past weekend, we had the honor of catching up with Green Bay Packers star and Carter High School alum, Kenny Clark. And he's always so generous, giving back to the Inland Empire, always remembering his IE roots. He came back for his youth football camp. We had a chance to talk to him a little bit about why, giving back to the community, working with kids is important to him. Our own Ernesto Loera had a little one-on-one interview with the great Kenny Clark.
All right, folks, we're here with Kenny Clark, superstar for the Packers. So how do you feel about your camp, Kenny?
It was awesome. It was awesome. We had a great day. All the kids came out and really stuck together, man, and it was a really good time. Just really enjoyed watching everybody come together as a community. All the parents sticked around, and they all came together and as a community, and that's what you want. That's what you want, especially in areas like this.
Yeah, ultimately, it's always for the kids. How amazing it is to just see little kids running around with smiles on their faces. What joy did that bring to you, or what emotion brings out of you from that?
It brings a lot of joy because you don't really see that often anymore. You don't see kids come outside and whether it's riding bikes or just playing outside, outside football and all that kind of stuff. You don't really see that anymore nowadays. So just to get our community together, have them come outside and all come out here for a common goal, and that's to have fun, stick together and do all that kind of stuff. It's awesome to have them all out here.
All right, last question, Kenny. Sticking away from the camp, what are your goals coming up for this upcoming season with the Packers?
Man, just be my best self. Just be the best me I can be, and hopefully all the accolades and all that kind of stuff that can come with it. But the only thing I'm focused on is just being my best self, and my best self is one of the best.
Kenny Clark is the best, man. Always makes time for Inland Sports, and we do appreciate it. And finally, go to our Inland Sports website if you're looking for coverage from the California State Open Golf Tournament. Daryl Trujillo writing some recaps. It's just down the street at Bear Creek in Murrieta. So we're going into the third round, final round coming up. Daryl has got you covered. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of the Inland Sports Show. Again, if you're watching us on Twitter, make sure you give us a follow. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button for us. And please share it with all your family and friends. We really do appreciate it. Big shout out to Johnny Nunez, our director behind the scenes here at Teen Vision TV 16. My name is Pep Fernandez. Thank you so much for watching tonight, and we will see you next time on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show. Stay safe. God bless you. We'll see you next time.